And we're live. What's going on, guys? I guess we're going to talk about this pretty, in my opinion, awesome raid that's going on. So tonight with us, we got Ross Crow.
Good evening, everyone.
Pretty awesome raid. We got Simba.
Hello.
We got Stormcatcher.
Hello, everyone.
We got Watchman.
Hi, everyone.
And we got Aussie RBG.
Good morning, everybody.
Is this the first time you've ever been on our show, Aussie?
No, I've been on it before.
Okay,
Simba-
I couldn't
Simba
remember
will
for sure.
confirm that.
Cool. So let's talk about the raid. How's everybody's raid going? I'm pretty happy with it, actually. It took a while before I was happy with it and working at it and looking at some videos, but I'm currently pretty happy with the way it is.
Yeah, same here. I was a bit struggling in the beginning, but I've got there now. Got my patterns down. Most of them are pretty much instant repair in the base. Split instant, so I'm happy. On the 130s, 132s, that is.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
You're doing the instant repair in the base on the both targets?
Yeah.
Very
Pretty
nice.
close. Sometimes it's a minute here or there, But yeah.
May I ask, how much refitting did you do? Did you have to refit to get?
No, I went with what I had, but just did the upgrades because I had a heap of T8 assault class tokens, upgrade tokens, so I was able to upgrade them pretty much straight away.
Okay.
I'm working on mine. Here and there, had problems that I'm not going to discuss, but that's beside the point. But other than that, I'm just getting what I can, like I usually do.
I'm doing fairly decent.
Barely.
What?
What you got, like 43?
What do you have,
billion
like
points?
500 billion points at this point or something?
Yeah, that's what I reckon she's got.
66 mil.
Close enough.
Nah, same thing.
Yeah,
Go on, Ross.
no, dude, please go ahead, Watchman.
Okay. I'm currently only at just over 22 million. Took a little break. I've had a day off because I wanted to rethink. I wasn't too happy with it. So I'm going to do a refit, but I have got a Praetorian currently doing an upgrade. So I'm going to do the refit tomorrow because we've still got 3 days left. And once I do the refits, because like Aussie, I've got quite a few tokens because I took a deal a couple of weeks ago. So I've got about 34 tokens. I'm going to do a refit on the fleet, and that should get me the free repair, free base repair. And I'll still have about 2.5 days left to do it. So that should be more than enough to get the rest of what I need. I wasn't happy with it initially, and I do find that the targets are pretty fucking boring, to be honest with you. Sorry for the language, but I've found them boring. So I took the day off.
Yeah, they're just too long, aren't they?
Yeah. I just needed a day away from it.
Ships are reasonably slow, so it doesn't
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I've experienced similar. I'm at 17 million, and it's probably, I didn't start off well at all. I mean, I'm taking a lot of damage, but I don't have the tokens to do that. I did refit as much as I was willing to. I changed my lead. I did get the lead changed up, so that helped my repair a huge amount. I'm not getting anywhere near the times like instant repair because I don't have the rest of the fleet changed over, and I actually don't have the tokens to do it. So I'm just chilling. I'm not upset. I'm doing all right because I'm just not the prizes aren't really tripping my trigger is all. So I'm not concerned. I would like to have all the Praetorian upgrades if I can get them, but I don't know. I'm halfway through on the Praetorian upgrades. That's my goal. That's what I'm after, and we'll just go from there. The target at 8 to 10 minutes per target for me to hit. I I lose interest in a set. So it's okay for me. I'll just slow repair because the interest is gone for me. Base hitting is okay for right. In all honesty, right now, I'm liking that part as far as in the half repair time and things are bases and base hittings, kind of equaled out or close. It's closer than it's been in a long time, in my opinion.
I know one of the things I like about this raid too is there's actually like quite a few different ways you can do the targets. I've seen people doing them with NEMXs. I've seen people doing them with the Pegasus fleet. I've seen people doing them with just the Pegasus flagship. So there's actually a couple different ways you can have a path to success in these targets. And I actually need to publicly eat a little bit of crow here because no pun intended there, Ross. But I was very, very upset when I first saw about how one was a Nessus target and one was a Turin target, and I was like, oh my god, we're gonna need two different fleets again, blah 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 blah. And yeah, it hasn't turned out to be that way at all. So yeah, I'll eat a little bit of crow on that one.
As I said, I wasn't enjoying it at the beginning. I was taking far too much damage. And the targets were taking a long time, and I was disappointed. I've looked around and seen what some others have come up with, and I thought, okay, with a little refit, I'll just start doing it for a very low repair, if not free. Then it becomes fun again, as opposed to that extent. You can at least go, yeah, I don't mind doing this now. You've never got to grind it a bit. Yeah, because it's going to feel grindy, whatever you do, yeah. Because the target's slow. But yeah, I won't mind doing that. But as I said, I won't be refitting until tomorrow now. But yeah, I think I'll start to get into it once I know I'm getting it for. I don't like to be slow grinding, and it's still costing me money. If you get where I'm coming from, If I'm going to spend money, it's like, yeah, okay, but I wasn't going to go mad and blitz stuff because that's just stupid, Yeah, I think once I've done the refit, then I'll be happy and should get the results that I'm looking for. Get a very low repair, and I'll sit and put a few hours into it. And we have seen people come very successful.
Well, I would refit, but they would take me too long because, yeah. So I'm just grinding it out. Sometimes it does get a bore, but other than that, it's what I've always done. And I like having the various targets. So if I happen to make a slip up in either the A set or the S set, I've got my two fleets of Saturns that I could sit there and knock out the B set and get points that way.
Well, we was chatting yesterday, wasn't we? We were saying about the B sets and that you were better, for a lot of players, if you got the Saturns, just go for the 80, because you're taking much less damage. I think it's only 450 for an entire set, and I think you was taking over 2 hours damage in the 402, and you could have hit about 8 80s in the same time and got 800k rather than 450k.
Well, that's what I started doing, but like I said, if I make a slip up, which I do every once in a while, then I put them in repairs and do the B sets.
Yeah, it's about getting the best return for your time damage. You know what I mean? For me, for most people, I think if they looked at it, they're probably better off just grinding the 80s with their Saturns and don't go for the set. That's why I see it. I did a few sets, I did a few 80s myself, just while I was killing time. They seemed pretty reasonable. I was getting about 11 minutes damage.
I have to say, out of all the videos I've seen out there, and we appreciate all the videos because any videos from anybody helps during these raid targets. I have to say the most impressive one I've probably seen was probably Derpy's, because he got his repair times really low with no upgrades on his boats whatsoever. So I think if you haven't checked out that video yet, you should definitely go check that one out.
Yeah.
Neal Parrish there in chat, he has a video that's in the comment parts of Derpy's video on our page as well, and he has some really good repair times there in his videos as well.
Yeah, in general, there's been some good videos, and they all are helpful. I have to say that. For me, at times they're keep me from they keep me doing the events actually, because I'm one of these guys that always freaks out and start. I'll admit it. It always seems like my luck. I always.
I've never noticed that, Ross, and all this time I've known you.
Right. Well, I just I always have to refit, so I never have. It's yeah. So I do have a freak out always, but I get better, and this one it's just lack of interest for me, but I'm okay because the prize list, like I'm saying, it's
yeah, the prize list this time is really weird because there's nothing like I don't think that people are feeling that they have to get,
Yeah, I know.
I mean, it's almost like this raid is the backfire of them spending the last 6 months trying to convince us that upgrades aren't needed. So now it's like, oh, upgrades aren't needed, so nobody's going to do the raid because that's pretty much all you can get this raid.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I'm ironically looking for, the last things I need to get now is the Praetorian upgrade tokens. I mean, that's about it. Because obviously they're our main FM fleet. But again, it's the same with, there's a lot of people using those Praetorians without armor for the FM and stuff like that. So again, how well do armors work? So we don't need upgrades, we don't need armor. Just put one gun on them and off you go. Yeah. It's like, what do we need now? But getting back to the raid, I mean, okay, people talking about refits and stuff like that. And now, this is probably the first raid for a long time where we spoke. I had so many conversations with people, about trying to work out a build, and every one of us come up with a different idea. And that's why I did take that deal a couple of weeks ago to get the refit, to get the tokens, because I just knew, I just had that feeling that I'm going to have to bloody refit them. I mean, the changes will be needed because I don't know, we just didn't know what we was going into, and I'm glad I did now. But yeah, it was just I think this is the first time for a long time, I've ever had a fleet that just I didn't really have a great idea of what to build on it,
Yeah, I get smacked on this thing. I'm a planner. Well, and I guess I could need to plan this now, but I buy the same amount of coins or whatever, each month at a certain day, same time, every, it's like a budget. And so those deals that come up with, I don't add those on unless they are coin deals. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You mean you buy with the gold you've already got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just see, I really kick myself. I look at if I have coins on my account, and then I'm really going to buy more. And you know what I mean? It's just like, I wish they all transferred. But I am liking the fact that some things now on their special offers are coming up, coins on your account currently.
Yeah, I think that cost me, I think it was $20 US, $19.99, which is translates about 16 UK, £16 UK. But I mean, there was if people that do buy gold, there was a really great deal on for $120.
Right.
Start of the raid for 2,950 gold. I think it's about a 71% discount. Now that should last you, a few months. You could
Right.
sit.
Now, see, I'm ashamed of myself because now I'm a dirty, filthy whale because my amount of money I've spent on the game this year so far has now gone up to $25 because I spent $1.99 on the 50 coin thing.
I didn't actually take that deal. I know it was a good deal, and I've taken ones like that in the past. But this time, I was just a bit peed off of them because of the, I don't know, the way they played us around this raid and everything. I was just annoyed. And I didn't fancy spending any more money on them at the moment. You know.
I tried it. It wouldn't work. The $2 one. I tried the $2 thing and it didn't work.
Yeah, and I'm upset about those because when you go to the store, they had 25 coin for $1.99. I had a friend get me that, and then an hour later or a couple hours later, they had that 50 coin for $1.99 in the TLOs. It's just like, wait a minute. So I wasn't very happy about that. If it was going at the same time, my friend would have got me those.
I'd say all the deals can be different at all times. It's random sometimes. You know, it really is. Not everyone has the same offer.
Well, say yeah. I normally only take the big ones, and that'll last me a month or two. You know that you can go on a little base hitting rampage every now and again. You can, you can buy a few tokens here and there, and as you say, when the gold deals come up, you was talking about, and you can,
that's what
I can grab a few of those because you've got it there, in your front,
And I do like the gold deals that they've had, and they seem to truly, if for those people that are on Discord also, if you want a deal, and you seem to ask for it, because and you can seem to get it. I even have asked myself, and so in the open forums, and all of a sudden it's on, So
Now, I have a question. The gold deals that are currently up, that were up at the beginning of this raid for the first day or whatever, are they the exact same ones that were up for the last two raids? Like, I don't know about the bigger ones because I never look at those, but I know the $1.99 one has been in there for 3 raids in a row now.
Yeah, there was a big one, the one Watchman's talking about, that came in the middle of the last 3 events or whatever. It was a week ago, I think, or it lasted for it did last for about 3 days, and it was quite an offer. And it was 120, you won 19, actually 99 for 2,900 gold. So that's quite a big. That was a deal.
Yeah, that's it. If you're buying, if you're buying gold,
yeah,
if you're a player that buys gold, and to be honest with you, I think the majority of the players I'd say now that still left in this game are buying gold, and that's why it's still viable at the moment because there's not as many players left. So there's still a lot of players doing it for a low amount or for next to nothing. Don't get me wrong, but I know now there's still got to be a lot of heavy coiners, let's say, in the game to make it viable. Yeah. So there are a lot of players taking those deals. They really are,
Well, and I'm glad for it, because we went years we didn't have gold deals. We didn't.
No, actually we didn't. Everything was just a flat rate. Yeah.
Right.
And I must admit, when the exchange rate went, it messed up. I mean, I think years ago when I used to buy, was it 1,200 gold or whatever it was, it used to be about £60 when I first started playing this game, or early days, and then it went up to about 80 odd because of the exchange rate. After all this Brexit palaver came and everything, the value of the pound dropped, and it all of a sudden I had to pay an extra £20. But then suddenly, when you get a deal, it's balanced out or got even cheaper.
Yeah,
So I think, okay, yeah, that's nice. It's gone back to where I started, or even below that.
I get so confused when British people talk about money.
Right? Well, I do at times because they It seems like the same currency has multiple names. Our dollar is called the dollar, and I think they call theirs several things.
Well, we also call our dollar the buck, though.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Jeez. Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Well,
just
when
exchange rate,
When they talk about pounds, I'm thinking about units of measurement as far as weight, and I'm like,
You're
what?
drug dealers. They're all drug dealers.
Right.
All right.
But yeah, so that was a good deal. But this time I didn't take it, simply because at the start of the raid I thought, oh gosh, I've got my fleet up to the flag's up to 4. It's got the new CIC on it. I must admit when I dropped that on, it did make a difference. But I wasn't that impressed because of the splash damage that the rest of the fleet was taking. I know you got to put one slightly in front and everything like that. But it wasn't great, and I just thought, wow, I've got everything virtually max ranked, and there's still a lot of damage, But as I said, I know now that once I do the refits, I should be okay with careful driving and stuff. But at the beginning, when that offer was out there, I just felt, like this, I'm not rewarding you, I'm not buying any more gold for you like at the moment, not the way when you work that hard to get everything and build everything, and then it's still not performing that well initially.
The one thing I would really like to see is the gap between auto and driving close up a little bit. Because and I see you down there, Derpy, and I'll get you in here in a second. But the gap between auto and driving is just too far apart, in my opinion, right now. And say the 130 auto friendly target, because you can drive it and get pretty much almost no damage, but if you attempt to auto it, you end up with 2 hours or more damage. And that gap in there seems just a little big, in my opinion.
I totally agree. And if Derby's down there, I'd like that taken, and you can swap him out for me, because I've covered my point and he's got some good intel on this,
All right, I'm going to demote you then, Ross, and I'll promote you again in a little bit.
Sounds great.
Hey, Derpy.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm all right.
How's your raid going?
It's well, honestly, it's kind of boring. That's a privileged thing to say, but I need to go get that last 10, 20 Praetorian kids for myself, and I can't. I'm not going to do that for the next couple of days. I'll wait to do it till the last day, I think.
He's been struck by the apathy that's coming out of my base, because you're only just above me, aren't you, on the map?
I didn't know that, yeah.
Yeah, it is boring, the raid, isn't it? It is boring. But, yeah. Actually, to be honest with you, Derpy, I've looked at your build, and that's what I'm going to refit to something very simple, if not the same as that, for the moment. Obviously, I do have the upgrades, the U upgrades done on my fleet. So, I'm going to just absolutely blatantly steal your idea and run with
That's fine.
You know what I mean?
That's fine. Yep, that's fine.
You know what, though? I would rather a manageable, boring raid than an exciting, impossible raid any day.
I agree. I will say that you don't need every single thing on my build to have similar results. Someone commented and posted a video on I think on the BP page, even on the Cronus page, that they're doing the same exact thing with with Missile Defense System 3 instead of my multi-form anti-missiles. So you don't have to change out everything.
Yeah, it's the flag is the most important one, isn't it?
I think so.
The countermeasure on the flag, yeah. You want what was the name of what's the countermeasure you got on yours?
So I have multi-form anti-missiles. Do you want me to share my screen at all? Would that be helpful?
I don't
Yeah,
think
if you want to.
Keep it on there.
Okay, let's see if I can pull that in.
Which, I mean, for his build in particular, using that countermeasure actually makes a lot more sense, because he gets the benefit from the multi-shot thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm sharing my build right now, just so everyone knows what we're talking about. Now, this is I haven't seen anyone else using the same build at all here. My countermeasures up top here that you're talking about are the multi-form.
Hang on a minute. He hasn't.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing your screen sharing at all.
Not
Yeah,
one
it's
second.
bring it up.
Oh, here we go. Oh, it says it should be working.
I think you have to allow it. Damnation.
I don't see
Damnation, you need to
anything
click on it
popping
down
up
the
for me
bottom.
to allow it to.
Wherever it is.
Well, it's fine. I guess I'll just talk about it. But you're saying I have the multi-form anti-missiles, and those aren't needed. They do help. I think they are slightly better, but they're not needed. The most important thing is the anti-missile proliferation system too. That's really important. That's because the special that fits with my is the special that fits well with my weapons, and the +1 multi-shot I think also works with the built-in Pegasus
Yeah,
weapon, whatever.
that was the one. I mean, me and Cutter were talking about it. We were doing tests the other day, like, you know, we were going through it, and I was only getting a single shot, and he'd looked at yours, and you were getting a double shot, which is. And then I watched your video, and you were getting a double shot, and the only special we could narrow it down to was the different countermeasure.
And now that that's been said publicly, I'm sure that'll be fixed.
I don't think it should be happening because there was when this War Pegasus was released, there was a clarification that said we can't boost the damage with specials. So I don't know why we can boost the multi-shot with specials.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a bug that is now, since it's been said out loud, will be fixed.
Well, no, it does. I think it says on the that it has a a salvo of 2, and we was only seeing 1. That was the thing. For a lot of us, but with the multi-lane, what's the countermeasure? With that countermeasure 2, so
We're talking about the countermeasure or the
countermeasure special.
Yeah, that has a +1 multi-shot, and that's supposed to be there. But I pulled up the forum post. I'm trying to find out if the when the War Pegasus came out, is it supposed to be buffed or not? Let's see. Note from the team. This screenshot, or that's the. Okay, here's the quote. The War Pegasus is built-in corrosive weapons. The Desolation Wings will not benefit from corrosive specials. But I guess they benefit from multi-slot specials right now.
Mm-hmm. So that's obviously the first refit that's going to be done on my flag, you know, to give it the second shot. And give them a little bit more speed because I need to outrun the corrosive.
Yeah, I think Ross put in YouTube chat too, asking Hyper 30 is needed. You need at least 1 turn, Hyper 30 on everything to be fast enough.
Yeah, so I've only got to refit a couple of things on each ship. I think, you know, it's not a massive refit. It's just a little bit of tweaking around, you know. So. I'm just going to have a look at your actually build because I've still got.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Harry's got it.
Okay,
It's amazing what you figure out when you start pushing around different buttons and shit.
So I have multi-form anti-missiles. They work slightly better because it means, now correct me if I'm wrong, but it means you can shoot 3 times at every incoming missile by using my same special. But
yes, that is my understanding.
Yeah, okay. So we're on the same page. But Missile Defense System 3 will also work. You need this special, countermeasure special, highest anti-missile accuracy added thing in the game. Hyper 30, you need penetrative battery. I guess you can use assault battery instead. But I have advanced optical tracking to add a little bit of projectile speed. You don't need that if you also have a U1 gives more than that. If you don't need this, you can use some other range boosting, rapid roller bearings. Hell, guidance scrambler 3 would work. The researchable one. I have high velocity rounds. You can use high speed missile eject instead easily and have similar results. I just have that again for more projectile speed.
Yeah, the one thing I personally have found in here is projectile speed does not really seem to be that much of an issue. Like where you use the, for example, where you use the optical tracking, I'm going with what's it called, the roller
Rapid roll bearings, yeah.
Yeah.
So
With
you
that,
have more damage.
well, and you get better reload too.
And you've used the corrosive pen sink drive, yeah?
Yeah, because when I was building these, I have all corrosive on all of them. I had 10 already on my fleets before they raised the cap. If I was going this now, I would probably go penetrative, but it's not. It's a difference of 1,221 survival anyway.
Well, yeah, because I did look at your fleet. I think, and when you were taking damage, it was pen because you was outrunning the corrosive. So
Yeah.
I'd probably put a pen on, and but with a similar build, but just with a pen on, just to see if that helps a little bit,
And other people have been having success with having 2 of the different armors. I know Jeff was having success using 2 of the different armors, Missile Defense System 3. Only 2 Missile Defense System 3 on the flag even. So you don't need to have the one. There's no one build for success. There's a general style of 3 Nessus and 1 turn for success. That's fast enough.
Yeah, I think it's getting the fleet speed correct, isn't it? So you can outrun the corrosive at the moment. Yeah, them subs. That's where the most of the damage was coming from. And then if you can counter most of the missile damage,
Well, another thing, like if you're actually really lucky at rolling crews, you can actually get away without having Hyper 30, and you can use remote raiders because that gives you 30% speed buff. But you have to be fairly lucky at rolling crews to be able to do that.
You need a lot of them, no, because these targets are slow,
I'm not using Hyper 30. The subs do catch up, but they don't do that much damage.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I haven't got any extras. I'm not using it. It's
Not bad.
more damage. Yeah, put more damage on than the speed. It's still alright. I'm still getting pretty close to instant dock repair. One ship might have like 7 or 8 minutes at the most, and the rest I can sometimes do the other 4 in one go, and one ship will have like 7 minutes.
I'm fixing to break my fleet apart. I just did a 130. It was just over 30 minutes damage.
Yeah, the 132s, the most usually I get is about 17. That'll be the most, but usually around 12, 13 minutes.
All I got to say, some of y'all are a lot better building fleets than I am.
It did take me. This is my third one. Took me 3 tries to get this build.
And I'm using MBS 3s on my fleet, not the multi-4. And I'm using Galia, whatever it's called. For the anti-
Probably, like more importantly than how many refits it took was how many other people's videos did you have to watch, and how many other people did you have to talk to, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I found from my own experience, that I was taking 0% of my build. I was taking 0% pen damage in both targets, but it was the corrosive. Now, so basically, is that all I need to do is basically up the speed a little bit of the fleet to be able to outrun these subs to avoid the corrosive damage. So that's what the refit for me is mainly going to be, is just to get the speed of the fleet up a little bit, because obviously the countermeasures are working fine. Could I, Derpy, what's the actual speed of the base speed of the fleet?
One second. I closed my game. Let me pull that up again.
All right, mate.
I think it's 76, isn't it?
Oh, but the speed?
Yours?
Yeah.
Or the range?
No, the actual the speed is what. Yeah.
Okay, because it will be boosted by that 1 turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's asking the base. I think yours is 76 or 73.
1 second. Okay. Base speed, let's see. Is 76, yeah.
Okay.
At a 78 turns or 88 turn speed.
Yeah, see, my fleet's only 66, I think. But it needs a little bit extra. I would like a little bit extra speed, but the amount of corrosive damage I actually take doesn't really matter. Because a lot of the time it only looks like only get 1% corrosive damage.
As I said, I know that I was taking 0 in all targets on the actual on the pen damage. So that was working. It was just a corrosive because my fleet's slow. It's only got 55. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so it needs a tweak around just to be able.
What engine are you using?
You're
using that
assault engine. Yeah, assault engine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little bit slow.
Yep. Yeah, but I'd say I've got tokens. I'll do a refit tomorrow, and then play it and see it and play around with it and hopefully get some good results.
Because that just gives you a little bit extra survival, doesn't it, on that engine? That's all that really does.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, projectile speed of 10, pen damage of 10. Oh. That was about it. Yeah, and a little bit of pen survival, so I went with it. But
no, it doesn't do that much.
It's not great, no. Not now. I found out. No, anyway. In retrospect.
So I got a question. How many of the rest of you are finding that your ship number 5 is taking way more damage than the rest of your fleet?
Nope.
No.
No.
Really? That's very interesting because I have found that every single target I hit, ship number 5 takes more damage than the rest of them.
Unless I stuff up.
Ross is saying that
my flag takes more damage because I use that as I put it out in front a lot.
Damnation.
So that's usually only like 7 or 8 minutes.
Okay, mine was taking damage, flat rate damage across the 4 other hulls. The boat, obviously the flag was doing well, but the reason I was getting a flat damage across the other 4 is because it was from the splash damage from the corrosive. Now, if you're taking more damage from on the 5th hull, is that penetrative damage that you're taking?
It would have to be.
It would almost have to be because all the corrosive damage is more or less splash.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
My flags on either one of the targets I hit is taking more damage than anything else.
Yeah, well, I use
personally, I'm fine with ship 5 taking more damage because I can rotate ship 5 around and I can go for a really long time that way. I just thought it was really weird how they did this big thing about, we're changing everything and now your flag will take all the damage and blah, 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 blah. And, oh, look, ship 5 is still taking all the damage. How about that? Seems like the only thing they actually changed that in was the FM targets.
So we'll find out. I'm kind of looking forward to doing the refit. Just to actually get out there and use it. But I'm not going to speed up the my Praetorian upgrade at the moment. I don't have to, because we've still got plenty of days left to raid. I don't need that many more points to get, So.
Well, I've got the Praetorian tokens. I just want to get some more rapid rollers. Whatever build tokens I can top up on, that's what I'll get. That's all I need. I don't need them. I like to keep them maxed out if I can.
Actually, I'm going to go and look at all my limited stuff and see the armors, because I've got to flip a few of them.
So y'all are talking about the Praetorian upgrade kits, not tokens, right?
Yeah, kits. Yeah, there is no tokens at the moment.
No, I did look for tokens. There wasn't any there, was there? No.
Because they were saying tokens, and I'm like, wait a minute, I only see kits. So what the heck?
No, when I say tokens, I mean all the other tokens. Build tokens. Just whatever ship it is, whatever.
These
I just like keeping them topped up. You never know, because sometimes you go, oh shit, I might do a refit on this ship because it's, for instance, like the Nemesis, they're doing really well. So if people wanted to upgrade their Nemesis, then they've got at least 10 tokens to start with to do whatever they want with.
I'm gonna do a little shuffling here, Simba. I'm gonna send you down in the naughty room for a minute and pull Ross back up.
That's fine.
You can send me down.
Well, I'll send you down a little bit and then bring Simba back up. How's that?
All right.
All right. I'm back.
Ross, you were saying in chat that your ship 5 is taking more damage too.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is. And it's when I do just drive them all together. Now, everybody is aware that I'm not the greatest driver. So it's when I'm stacked and I'm going through the target, I really am picking up more than everyone else that I have talked to, because I think that is because I just rush through them and go full on and actually take. And then I'm the guy that turns and I take some of the big hits too, you know. So it definitely is still hitting on ship 5.
You know, when you finish the battle and you come out, do you check where your damage is coming from? You know, evaded and on these battle reports now, because that's what me and Cuttle and that were doing the other night. We was checking to see what you're taking, i.e., whether it's corrosive or penetrative.
It's mostly corrosive,
right? But see, corrosive should be kind of a flat amount across the whole.
I there still is the little bits showing up of penetrative. I don't know how. I don't know, what it actually takes on that graph to mean anything. I think since any bit is showing up, I guess it's strange, because I'm not seeing. If I do a really bad time, I'm not seeing that graph go up and go a bunch. You know what I mean? Like, I took huge damage compared to when I did great.
Yeah, I don't think the percentage really works, because when I first did the targets, you'd have 1 or 2% taken, and when I was first doing them, over an hour and a half's damage, and it's only saying 1 or 2%. Right, and then now I've got them down to like 15, 17 minutes. It's still saying 1 and 2%.
Right.
So the percentages don't really seem to.
It's not so much the percentages; it's where you're taking which.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying the percentage just doesn't add up.
Yeah. So I think
you've got the exact same percentage if you get an hour and a half or if you get 18 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it really doesn't work.
But obviously, I could measure mine because of the fact that it said I took 0 on.
Okay.
On 1, then I knew that the 3% I was taking on corrosive is the bit that I've got to fix. You know what I mean? Let's say.
Exactly.
I always think it's interesting too, though, when it says you took 0% like penetrative damage, yet you can see the red there on the graph clearly.
Yes. Yeah.
So I guess they don't have it fine-tuned down very well. So when it says like 0%, you actually took like 0.5% or something, perhaps.
Possibly, yeah.
I did a 130 where the corrosive didn't even have a bar at all. Didn't even say 0. It had nothing.
Yeah, I had one of those. Yeah.
I think I managed one.
And it's like 1% on penetrative.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I like that one. I think that was like 6 minutes on a 130 or something. I've never been able to get it back down that low again.
No. I'll tell you what first upset me, because I remember I drove the very first target, and I didn't know how to do it. I hadn't seen anything, and I went in there and I took a load of damage, and then I went to do the next one, and the game wouldn't load properly, and it did better on freaking auto, and I thought, oh god. Yeah, I'll do all that to refit. It actually did better on auto, but then once I got it down, I didn't get the. I took about 30 minutes off the damage, which is I was happy with.
I did some funny stuff. You want to, I'm sitting here and I guess I partake in some things, and so I'm a little disoriented at the time as I'm playing, and I'm and I start dodging and weaving what I think are bombards. They're dang antis.
Oh yeah. The red ones.
Yeah, they're red. You know.
Yeah.
Like what the heck? Since when is that an anti? Really? You know.
The Serbs. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm dodging them and driving around them and making sure I don't go in range of those, getting murdered by the ships, and then realize, wait a second, that's an anti.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah, I've found that aside from the long arcing missile that's in the 32 that leaves the red ring zone, the turrets for the most part you can just freaking ignore because they don't seem to me to do like jack shit for damage.
Right.
Mm.
But if you're driving thinking they do,
Oh yeah, right.
yeah. And so that's what was really, it was happening to me for quite a while. And I was thinking I was doing good because I wasn't getting in range of those high damage anti-turrets.
Yeah, and that has been my main problem. I wasn't not really taking any damage from the turrets or anything like that.
Right.
It's just that my fleet's too slow, and it was taking corrosive from the subs.
Yeah.
You know.
I know. I've just seen a lot of people though who feel like they need to spend more time worrying about the turrets than they do the ships, and like, no. The ships are what's going to screw you up. The turrets are not really going to do much. Yeah. It's the ships that you really have to do your best to try to not get hit by.
Yeah. Unless for some reason you had the wrong antis or not enough antis, and then the turrets are the missiles will take effect. You know, if you're not stopping anything.
Yeah, and also obviously that big one that comes out, you know, that's got the red ring around it. Don't get in that splash zone either. You know, obviously keep moving out of the way of that.
I would say the 132 is a target where if you haven't, that's one where you want to see a video before you do well at. In all honesty, I wouldn't have picked it apart. Well, I didn't. It wasn't the way people have in even the different videos. You know, so with that red ring going on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to get hit quite a few times before you figure it out, even, or most are.
I'll be honest. I'm at the point now. I actually do the 132 for less damage than I do the 130, and I think it's because the 130 being a quote unquote easier target, I tend to get more sloppy in there because I'm like overconfident. You know what I mean?
You get complacent, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and I'm like, oh shit. Oops.
Yeah, funny enough, the same thing. I got the I found the 130 is easier. I was taking less damage, and then I started getting better at the 132s, and I got them down to slightly lower than I ended up doing the 130s. You know, it's a similar thing. Yeah, I've just got to fine tune the driving a bit now. Yeah, and obviously the build. Yeah.
I mean, this is pretty cool though, because this is the first raid I think in a while that, for the majority, people are like happy with the way it's going at this point. Like now that it seems to me anyway, it seems like there's less complaining than what there is on normal raids.
Well, I usually have a lot of trouble with the higher level ones, but this one's, I think they've tuned it quite well. I think it's.
See,
it takes me a few.
I'm doing
now. It's only a 2-cycle raid. It's the second one that I'm usually a little bit better at, but this one is not too bad this time, so far anyway.
I'm still standing on this one. I don't like it. I'm taking too much damage. I mean, I have to refit, and so it's a big skippo for me. I mean, really.
Well, I think a couple of us has said it, and okay, if we get our build right, Okay, let's say we've got our build right now. We've got it how we want. Yeah. The only the downside of this raid is how long it takes to actually do the targets. That is a bit boring. You know what I mean? That is the bit. It feels a bit grindy.
Well, you can't auto a set. I mean, my fleet, honest. Okay, here's the deal. I'm an auto player, and I even take the damage. I'm the guy that even if I can sit and do other things, well, I'll take the damage. My fleet dies. It won't do a set. So if they don't design a target that willing for people to my playing style, I don't do it.
Well, I think, because obviously the last raid series, we had very fast fleets that were flying through targets in a couple of minutes, you know what I mean? Or under, and it was like, you could really fly around them. And if you got the pattern right, you were taking next to nothing damage again. So it was good fun, you know what I mean? But you had to be quick on the old click and hit the right place, hit the wrong place and this fleet stops it, damn it. But it was fun because it was fast. We've gone from one extreme to the other. We've gone to slower fleets now and longer targets, and it's like, to me, it feels like
Not bad.
it feels tiring a bit,
Yeah, for a high level
20 minutes.
target, it's still grinding. You still seem to be grinding it out.
Yeah.
Because it's taking so long, like you say. It feels
Now
like
my
it's
ship
grinding
5
at
is
lower
actually.
levels. Oh,
Your
sorry,
ship
go on.
5 is Simba.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just took more, but I just did a 132 for 20 minutes damage.
Oh, that's nice. Really good.
I think my lowest 132 at this point has been like 16 minutes. I know there's people out there that are doing it for less than that, but I'm happy at 16 minutes.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
in base instant.
going to get there until I refit, get the speed up of them because they're taking the corrosive damage. But
My speed on mine is only 73 right now, and every now and then I do get caught by a little bit of the corrosive stuff. So once I swap my engines out too, I'll probably do better.
73. That's a pretty good speed though, because mine's only 66.
Yeah, I mean, I'll accept the occasional bit of damage like that, if it's down to my driving as opposed to the ability of the fleet. You know what I mean? As long as the fleet can do it, and then I know all I've got to do is fine tune the driving, that's fine. I'm happy with that. Because once I get a pattern, once I get it right, I know I can normally do it quite well, and I've done it for many years. It's just getting the fleet built right, And
So Ross, you've got the Pegasus, haven't you? Obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure do. Yeah, I have it. U2. No, I'm sorry. The lead's U3, but the rest of the fleet's the U2, and then I don't have a Hyper 30 on anything.
Yeah. What seems to be the main problem in the target for you? If you drive.
I take if I I don't like the driving, but if I do drive, usually I'm taking like an hour and a half because I'm getting pounded by every. I can't outrun any sub. I have lower mount and no Hyper 30.
I'm gonna go for a little bit. I'll be back. You can swap me out. I'll be gone for a little while.
Yeah, because effectively, I mean, all the what was it, the survival, what they call it on this one. I'm just gonna double check. I do call it on these fleets. Defense, right? Okay, yeah, survival. I mean, if you can counter everything, and you can outrun the subs for the most part. Yeah, the survival ability of your fleet is not that important, is it? Because you're countering and you're outrunning.
Right, and I originally built my fleet opposite. I built it knowing I was going to try to click auto, and I built it with the highest survivability. I used this assault engine. I built it to head on,
Well, I did the same thing, Ross. So I'm not. You're not you're not on your own on it. I did the same thing. So
And yeah, it's not good. So
no, we live and learn.
yeah, but it's one of those where, and I sit there and I do see where they go, oh well, we changed the game, so when you get that one special wrong, it won't be so penalizing. I'm like, I'm always that guy.
See,
I'm like,
the thing is, we didn't know this before the raid started. The thing, we didn't know.
This is always though, and here's the deal. And they always say we changed this so when one special won't affect so much. And I'm always going, bull. You know what I mean? I'm eating it here, and one special does change the game. Thank you. So the wrong build is detrimental.
Silly Ross believed him when they said that they were going to make it so only one build wouldn't be the best build out of all of them.
Well, I think a lot of people are having a lot of success with several different variations on one build.
Yeah, as well, obviously we've seen yours, Derpy, and it looks good, and it does look obviously. I know I'm going over the point again, but if you're fast enough to get away from the corrosive damage, and your counters are working, you should be in a pretty good place now in this raid. I think that's what we've seen.
I wonder how many people saw them do that change to lower penetrative mount 2 days before the raid or whatever, and thought, oh my god, this is going to be way better now. So, and then they went and they refit to that, and then they found out, guess what, it's not better after all.
I think I saw one comment that one person's doing it for about 20 minutes repair using lower penetrative mount. But that's only one. I haven't seen anything else.
But I know if that was that person who swapped to the one just because they said it was going to be better, and then I got it and found out that wasn't the case, I'd be pissed.
Yep.
Well, I've got them on mine, so that's what's killing the speed as well. Obviously, it's a minus 25 on your combat speed. So straight away, just ripping that off, and putting on, well, swapping a few specials around, but yeah, it'd be complete reversal of speed, like, you know what I mean, and hopefully that should work.
Well, I know I originally had it on mine because I'm like, I like the auto stuff. Anytime I can auto, I like the auto because I know how many of these targets we have to hit. And frankly, I can't be bothered to drive them all that much if I don't have to. But it's just like, the 2 hours or more that I was getting for repair on auto compared to the 19 minutes I get for driving. Gee, I wonder which one I'm going to fucking do. Yeah.
I've never been one to really auto. Well, I don't auto. I always try and drive and get the best out of it. But and that's why I went with more of the tanky build, hoping that would see me through. Because the reason I built what you'd term as more auto fleet, or I'd call that a tanky build, is simply because the amount of times that it doesn't let me into the freaking battle because of bad connections. And if the battles start without you, you can be screwed before you've got there. Before it's let you in. That's a problem. It's nice to have a skill build where you can do stuff, as long as you're in the battle.
All right. Well, real quick, because we're getting at about that 8 o'clock mark for me anyway. I'm gonna go over BP next week real quick, and then we'll go through and see if anybody has any last minute stuff they want to discuss that we haven't covered yet. But it looks like next week we got the November FM, which I guess this is when the 131 goes away and we get the 133. Is that this FM coming? Yeah.
Yep.
We're gonna have shipwrecks briefing. How exciting! And BXP weekend. So yeah, it's gonna be a real slow week for me because I don't do shipwrecks and I don't have anything to VXP. So awesome.
Same here. It's gonna be, which is gonna be nice.
Yeah, since they've been dropping the VXP tokens out, I don't think many of us that have done reasonably well in the race have had anything to VXP. for quite a while. You know. So yeah, I'm enjoying that bit. Gives you a nice quiet weekend. But in actual fact, you know, with the FMs being such a chore now, it makes it easier to get on the FM.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have to juggle my VXP repair queue with my FM repair queue.
Exactly. Yeah.
I will say the 131, everyone was hitting that, so now we're going to have to. The 137, I think it's still not doable, especially because I had to refit my Praetorians to take some M plates off to put them on my Pegasus build. So I'm going to suffer in the FM. So I probably can't do the 137. I'm just going to have to hope either I do the 129 for 7 million or the 133 and hope that that's manageable.
Well, I know the 133 is supposed to do the same kind of damage types as what the 131 does. I'm sure it'll probably be more, but it's supposed to be at least the same type. So it should be somewhat manageable, I would think. So, Simba, I'm going to ask you real quick if you have anything else you want to cover that we haven't, and then I'll pull Stormcatcher up.
No, we've covered everything.
Okay, cool. Stormcatcher, you got anything you want to cover that we haven't gone over?
Nah, everything's been covered.
Okay, Ross?
No, I'm doing good. Just want to say good night to everyone.
Cool. Ozzy?
He's not there.
Alrighty. Watchman?
Good luck on VXP weekend. No, good luck, everyone. Enjoy the
Yeah,
rest of
sorry.
the day.
I was away for a sec.
Okay. Ozzy? Anything you want to cover that we haven't covered?
Nah, I think everything's been done. Yeah, you've gone through everything. Thanks.
Cool. Derpy?
Well, Cuttlefish is saying in chat that when you're if you're upgrading your Praetorians, which I plan to do, you're gonna be one ship down in the Forsaken mission if you're upgrading one while you're trying to use them. So that's something bad. Also, Wolf has put in chat, is the new interceptor any good? I don't build an interceptor, so I have no idea. But
Yeah, I think that's pretty much most of the people on this panel. I don't think any of us really engage a whole lot in the whole shipwrecks thing. So
No.
No, I don't like shipwrecks.
No, same.
But with the Praetorians, I've actually got a 5th normal Praetorian, so I can upgrade one and still have a fleet.
Cool. All right, I guess we're gonna call it here then. Thanks for coming out and watching, everybody, and we'll see you around.
Sounds
Have
good.
a good one.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.